Um, okay, yay. Well, I'm excited to be on tonight with special guest Shalon Murphy. We're going to just kind of share, December and all of its glory. For those of you guys that do not know, December's a great month. It really, truly is. I made an MD for the first time in December. Jen Elston, for example, she was recruited in December. We heard that today on the EB call. So it really is a great month. We have a lot going on this month to help drive you and your teams. So this calls for team directors and above. So people have a team and it's leading them to that next step. So we put together the 12 days of Christmas. So that is still going on. We're only halfway through it. And how they, just to reiterate it, so everybody knows, for their team to get into the giveaway, they have to be on the lives every night at 8:30 and kind of answer the question. And then to get on, entered into the $100 giveaway of gift cards, they need to order $100 or more. So don't forget to tell your teams to thank them in that thank you post, because that is just the only way that they're going to be able to be entered into that $100 giveaway. So that's still going on. I'm featuring, how we're doing it is we're featuring every day, a new product. Okay. So just so you guys know, every day there'll be a new product, and then someone will talk about that product and then their story. And then I started today the 21 days of activity to end your 2021 year. And I hope that this, helps you and your team, because it really is just super simple activity every single day. Like today was about reaching customers. And if you guys haven't gone through the Prolistic lotion report, their promo report, and I went through all my messenger threads about Prolistic lotion, all of those little things just to kind of reach back out to customers. And I'm going to do one every single day. We're going to give the holidays a break, obviously. So those two things are definitely there to help us get that $100 bonus. And I love Shalon's challenge with the $100 bonus, getting that by the 15th, sending those 5 samples out by the 15th, and getting the 5 extra customers from your minimum baseline. So these are all out there for us all to do. And hopefully the activities and the parties and the sampling will get us all here and our team. So I want to pass it over to Shalon. I just wanted to open it up real quick just to have those reminders on the activities that we have going on in place for our team. And then we're going to hear from Shalon on just some other little pointers. So thanks, Shalon, so much for jumping on for us. You're muted.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm muted. So thank you so much for having me. And I really am excited because, like Paisha said, December does have so many things, like outside of the promotions or whatever. So many people are looking for a change, whether it's a change in their life and their income, a change in I'm going to start a beauty product. I'm going to take care of my skin better. They're all like thinking at the end of the year, what am I going to start doing different? What's my new routine going to be? What am I going to add to my life? What am I going to take away from my life? So it really is people in a time of reflection and a time of opportunity. Like they're open to maybe doing something or starting something, whether it be a business or kind of a product line. So I also want to I have to say how amazing the leadership is of this organization and all the things that they set up for you guys, like the 12 days of giveaways party and just calls like this. It's unique and it is appreciated. And I just want people to know that are in this organization how lucky you are to have that level of support and being able to plug into anything at any time. And I know Paisha, and I know that Kim, I know Ellen, I know a lot of that leadership, they work together to really provide content and groups or parties or things for you and your teams to kind of take advantage of and plug into. So kudos to you guys for doing that for your teams. I think that's amazing. What if you haven't, I have to plug New York University. If you have not watched that yet, please watch it yourself. Have your teams watch that. But truly, like Paige had mentioned, the Get 5 challenge that I'm doing, which is getting 5 samples out, and people are like, do I have to send it through Grow Prospect? I don't care how those 5 samples are sent out. That is going on an honor code system basis. Get 5 samples out, and beat your baseline. So beat your baseline by 5 by the 15th. And I'm going to pick 2 winners that are going to get a $200 Visa gift card and a bottle of Firm. And the reason I really wanted to beat that drum is in December, especially. Good job, Ellen. In December, especially, I treat the 15th like I kind of have like 2 end of months in December. I have the 15th of the month because that's kind of pre-holiday, and then obviously the last half of the month has 2 holidays in it. So I try and front load as much as humanly possible for the first 15 days of the month and try and help my team do the same, because there are distractions. Of course, there's distractions the last week of December, right? People are having Christmas and they're having parties and they're doing New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And I remember very vividly when Paisha ran for NMD, we were like, listen, you're closing this up at 2:00 because we got parties to go to. You're hitting it. You got to hit NMD before like 2 or 3 o'clock because we aren't doing this at like 10 o'clock. So, and she made the plan. She's like, oh yeah, I got a party to be at by 5. I'll be done before then. So, but it's really about kind of front loading the month and then figuring out in the end of the week, it's being so intentional, because you while you may be not distracted, being with your family is not a distraction. It is a wonderful thing. So please, you know what I'm saying. But I was very intentional with who did I still need to follow up with, because after Christmas, a lot of people have spending money. After Christmas, a lot of people are in a fantastic mood and are really a lot closer to January 1st than they were at the beginning of the month. So it's another fantastic reason just to kind of do one more reach out to people, or people that you've seen over the holidays, because I know a lot of people are going to be able to see each other in person this year. And a great chance to plug NeoraFit. I cannot say enough about every holiday thing and every party that I'll be at and everything. And, the fact that we've been able to have NeoraFit for a year, I feel like we've learned so much about it. I think the number one thing that I really have grown to understand with NeoraFit is this. So our company was, and I know we have stuff outside of skincare, but we were born as a skincare company. And I think a lot of us who've been here for several years, skincare was our bread and butter. Yes, we had wellness. Yes, we have hair care, but a lot of us started with kind of skincare, and we got really good at kind of beating that drum. And skincare products typically will have a stickier retention, meaning people who find a skincare that they love, they typically will stick with that for a long time. Because they like it, they use it, it's easy, they'll stick with that. Skincare, the width of a skincare, so like the length of a customer of skincare is on average a pretty good retention. But maybe the width of how many people are looking for a skincare, let's say, is like this, okay? With a weight loss product, the width of people looking for a weight loss product is, I'm going to go outside my screen because I feel like, especially this time of year, the width of that market is massive. The lifespan of any sort of weight loss diet product is around 90 days. So it's not, the fact that what I love about NeoraFit is they have added health benefits. So there will be people for sure that stick with it past 90 days, but a lot of people in a diet culture buy it, try it, do it, maybe don't even do it. Maybe they buy it and don't even do it. It's the world that we live in. They're always looking for the next, I'm going to do that. And there's going to be a lot of people who have bought Fit, used Fit, that come back again in January to restart it, to redo it. And they'll probably do it for 90 days, right? That's usually just the lifespan of kind of a diet type of culture product. So it's not that it's bad. It's just knowing kind of, I think a lot of people are used to skincare. So they're like, why would someone drop off? That is kind of an expectancy of a weight loss product that they aren't maybe going to be on forever. However, smartly enough, they added the health benefits. So you can have customers who aren't really like I have customers who have met kind of a goal weight, but they are staying with it because of the collagen, because of the pre and probiotics, because of the help with the sleep. I had a friend of mine who really does a lot of holistic products. And she was like, you cannot buy separately a good collagen, a good pre and probiotic, and something like the Common Cleanse separately for cheaper than what you're selling it. And you have the added fat browning in it. So she was like, even if these were just those things, this is a really great kind of value for what this product delivers. So I'm really thankful that they have that. And it's not just weight loss. But I also think there's a lot of people who had a huge book of business, maybe in January, February, March of last year, and then had people fall off. And then it kind of nicked their confidence in the product or in their retention, or what am I doing wrong? And so they start kind of backpedaling. I'm like, nope, that's the expectation. But what you also have to realize is the width of this is massive. So never stop promoting it. There's always someone looking to lose weight, but especially in December, January, February. And then again, I think another boost is like when summertime is starting to roll around, everybody's starting to get on swimsuits and bikinis and all of that. So I always just want to really, because I think a lot of people maybe don't realize that and recognize the fact of the two different, they're very different worlds, they're very different categories. But I would be sampling the bejesus out of NeoraFit right now. And I know I gave verbiage on regionals, and I actually totally just thought of it right now because I forgot. I'm going to put the slide deck up in Team Next Level of the verbiage of the different kind of things and how to sample. Somebody said, I feel like now that I know what to expect from Fit, I set up a higher standard for my customers. Yes, I agree. It's kind of like, somebody said, well, I'm going to start in January. And I said, no, they want to eat like their way through December. And I'm like, eat your way through December and maintain. Eat your way through December, take Fit, and don't gain weight. And they're like, oh, well, that's a different concept. I'm like, I know, that's the simplicity of this product. So making sure that for you yourself, you're doing that Get 5 challenge. You're trying to front load, get everything done by the 15th. But truly, no matter where you are, I know this is a team director and above, no matter where you are in the business, the name of the game is helping other people hit director. So helping people on your team, getting more people to director will help them. It will also help you. It's how you really get to national marketing director, is helping more people get to that director level, and then developing leaders. And one of the things that you can do is really take inventory of your own team. And you can run a report. You can either go to enrollment tree or placement tree, whichever one applies to you, and sort by active legs. You just hit active legs, click on it, and it will pull up people who have the most to the least active legs. Anyone who has one or two and just needs that third one is the inventory that I'm taking on what do they want to? That's obviously the first question, because if they don't want to, it's a moot point. If they don't want to and they have one brand partner and they're only being led by this person who doesn't want to grow, obviously you can see the issue there. So you develop that relationship with this person and see kind of what this person wants help with or growth. And maybe this person has a brand partner. And I think you understand what I'm saying. So anyone who has one or two legs are the first group kind of that I'm sorting and going, you're only one brand partner away. You're only two brand partners away from having your team and developing those team commissions. Are you open to setting up a plan on how we can make that happen in the month of December? and trying to help them get clarity. These are the top 3 questions that I ask people anytime I do. And a lot of you have done calls with me and I've asked you this. The first question is, what made you say yes to joining this business? I want to know, why did they upgrade to become a brand partner? Number 2, what has it done for you so far? And I want to hear what it's done for them so far. And number 3, if this could become whatever, what your ideal vision for it is, what would you love for this to be for you and your family? So after they answer those 3 questions, I typically will regurgitate back to them their why, their story. And I'll say, well, I have a notebook and paper and I write it down as they're telling me. And then I go back and reread it to them in a way that is if I'm having a conversation. I'm like, well, I joined because my neighbor was using this product. I sampled it from her. I absolutely loved it. She said that I could get a referral link with upgrading, and I'd never really done that before, but I really wanted to get it for free. But since joining, not only have I gotten $140 in free product every month, it actually helped pay for our soccer for our kid. And once I saw that it could pay for soccer, it started getting me thinking, what if I could do more with this? And ideally, I'd really love for this to be able to pay for our car payments, all of our kids' activities, and our daycare bills. So that's kind of what I'm using this for. And then they're like, well, that sounds great. And I'm like, it sounds great because you just told it to me. It sounds great because that's authentically your story. And that is how you recruit someone. They think they're bad at recruiting, but they're trying to say, do you want to join my team? Do you want to start a business? Or they're trying to overthink what to say. I'm like, you know what to say. You just told it to me. All of that is what you say. That's how you introduce people to this business, is why you're doing it, what it's done for you, what you plan to do with it. And all of a sudden someone looks at you and goes, man, I relate to that. I relate to why you're doing it. I relate to what made you join, or I relate to what you want to do with it. So I really want to encourage people to remind them that they really do have everything it takes by answering those 3 questions on how to share this business with people. Because people who are interested in NeuroFit right now, that starter kit, I mean, they really, I'm not going to say never, because I know they did last month, but before then, they always are like, we can't discount starter kits. We can't discount. They're never ever discounted. They've done like the $20 enrollment thing off, but not the actual pack itself. So people who are interested in NeuroFit, this month, they can get a free firm. It's $165, not $200. And if they get 6 customers in the month of December, they are in profit mode. 6 customers. They'll get the $50 bonus. They'll get the extra 100 for the baseline promotion. It's $150. And then they'll get the commissions on the products. They are now in profit mode by referring 6 people to the business. Plus, by doing it in December, they get a tax write-off. So it's like no brainer if they're wanting to start this as a business, and helping people share that side of it. So really figuring out who in your organization is close to that next thing. Do they need one more brand partner? How many more active legs do they need? And then obviously you can keep going down that list. Helping your team, with the sampling. I don't know how else to say. And I know I have the queen of queens, Marilyn, on this call, who's killing it always with samples. And if you notice, she is always hitting 1, 2, 3. She is earning the trips. She is getting all the things. And she constantly has a funnel. And I think people focus so much on the fact of, well, I sampled 3 people and none of them bought. Nope. You sampled 3 people and now 3 people are in your funnel. It's about getting this massive funnel, for lack of a better word, because we know one exposure is typically not what makes people say yes. It's 5 to 7. So if you're treating it that way, and you're consistently doing it and consistently getting those efforts and consistently helping your team with how to sample expectations of samples and getting them out, then whenever a promotion comes out, whenever you have a team of people that have a big funnel, and that's whenever the results really start to pour in. Lastly, party. I know that you have the 12 days of giveaways. Make sure within these parties, and this is something that you can even do, and maybe if you have old virtual events, having the brand partners tag the person in the party and then message them and say, hey, I tagged you in a post. Maybe it was a product that they sampled. Maybe it was a product that they asked them about. Maybe it's a giveaway that you're doing. Whatever it is, the more that they can tag their person and then message them, hey, I tagged you in the 12 days of giveaways. If you comment now, you get a chance to be entered into a drawing. Or, hey, I tagged you in the 12 days of giveaways. I know you were asking about the night cream. It's a great, some great before and after pictures. I wanted you to check that out. It also just gives them attention. I think sometimes people just invite into the party and go, yay, my people are at a party, and just hope that. And now some people will message you and be like, hey, I'm interested in XYZ. And that will happen. But if we can really keep with, that's not the end. That's the beginning, right? The beginning is the invite. Then you add them to the party. But then while the party is going on, engage with those people so that they can, because the more they're tagged in there and it's like the more they'll see those notifications also. So continuing with those parties as much as you humanly can before the 15th. And obviously still party afterwards. But like I said, front loading this month is important. And Paisha kind of touched on Prolistic Lotion and kind of running that report. A lot of brand partners that maybe aren't active or maybe aren't as plugged in. I'm also reaching out to all of my old brand partners because I have an old brand partner who does, she does some, but she's not really, hugely plugged in. And she bought 10. She bought 9. She brought 9 Prolistic Lotions. So because they used it back when it was a product of ours or whatever. So don't forget that there is a lot of people that still, just because the business was not for them, doesn't mean that they don't still absolutely love our products and our product line. So keep that in mind also. But ending 2021 with massive activity, don't assume that someone's too busy or too broke or too whatever to not want what you're offering as far as products or as business. Like Paisha said, Jennifer Elston joined, I think it was the 27th of December. Imagine if Jennifer was like, well, I'm not going to bother her with it this week. And then the next week, Jennifer Elston had talked herself out of it, right? So just keep that in mind, that people are looking for things and doing things, even in the midst of the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's Eve and all of those things. If nothing else, they're probably not working like their job. They're not at physical work. They're on social media more. They're thinking about things more. They're taking inventory of their life more than they are when they're at work. So we also have conference coming up in April. I want you to sit and think, are you there? Do you already have your ticket? Do you have your hotel room? But not only are you going, who from your team is going? I would highly recommend setting a goal tonight based off of how many people you've had at conference before. Maybe it's just you. Maybe you have had one person. How many people do you want to have from your team at conference in April? I think now more than ever, in-person events are going to give you a massive return for your investment. Besides the business aspect that obviously we're going to give you tips and training on how to grow your business, you will bond with people that later you're going to realize in your life, like, how do I ever survive without this person in my life? Like, it really does create lifelong friendships. It creates sideline friendships of people inside your team, outside your team. So I really, really, really hope to see each and every one of you at the April event. I see a lot of you saying everything's booked. Can't wait. I can't wait to go either. Paisha, I don't know if there's anything else that you wanted to add to that, but thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. No, that was perfect. Really good nuggets. I took some notes and I'm so glad that you guys were all on to hear from Shalon, and let's just rock the rest of this month. I know that I have a goal by the 15th to really push it because you're right. It's Christmas and everything gets busy and crazy, and I need to get going. We're going to Disney at the end of this month. But hey, thank you guys for jumping on. Have a great night. Bye.